Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen podcast. We are in the wake of CitizenCon 2953, and basically Star Citizen has proven itself to be the best game of all time. Angelic heavens opened, they sprayed light upon us. Chris Roberts graced us with his parents, with his presence. That was a weird Freudian slip. I'm here with the lovely Zinnia. Say hello, Zin.
Hello, Zin.
And I'm BoredGamer.
You can't see me right now, I'm face palming.
You're face palmed through the table. We need some money to buy Zin a new table.
No, I don't need a new table, I'm fine.
Right. CitizenCon. It was pretty good. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good. It was more than I expected. That I think they hit a bit of a home run. Just your general feelings from CitizenCon, Zin. What did you think, other than being exhausted?
Lots of information.
Yeah? Do you think they showed a lot of stuff that they needed to show, and it was a great CitizenCon? How would you describe it if someone went, how great was CitizenCon?
How great? Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
1 to 10. 10 being Chris Roberts, 1 being...
I don't think I'd ever use Chris Roberts as a scale.
What do you think? Between 1 and 10?
It was alright. It was like, I mean, like 7 or 8.
7 or 8? That's pretty close to Chris Roberts. Okay. Yeah, I think it's an 8 for me as well. Like it showed a load of stuff I wanted and more. I want to talk about some of the best bits from CitizenCon, because there's loads of videos I've already done about CitizenCon and summaries and stuff.
Still more to do.
Still a load more to do, and we'll be doing it for probably the next couple of weeks. We'll be disseminating and breaking down the sort of CitizenCon information, and then talking about individual things, and Cloud Imperium will be giving us more information. I liked the fact that CitizenCon stuff is mostly going to be in our hands within the next 12 months, if not immediately, if not by the end of Q4.
That's their aim anyway.
That is their aim, yes. So at least a lot of it will be in our hands, right? I think it's the idea there. And I think that's a good way of doing it. Give us some immediate stuff, give us some near future stuff, and give us some mid-term stuff. But don't go beyond a year, because we know your plans change.
So I think, and you can use this as a segue as well if you want.
Oh, thank you.
One of the reasons why they think they can get this stuff into our hands in 12 months is because they have completed it in Squadron 42.
Oh, what's that, Zin? Squadron 42 is feature complete?
Yes, Squadron 42 is feature complete.
That's
what a segue.
What a segue. That's very useful. So yes, Squadron 42, feature complete. What does that mean? Well, it means that it's not released and there's no date for its release yet, but they are in the polishing phase.
Well, it's got features, but not necessarily content.
Well, so feature complete does not necessarily mean content complete, even beyond, but they did say that they are basically in the polishing phase, and that this is like the last step before general optimization and then release. And the trailers they showed for Squadron 42 and the updates that they had made to it that they showed were pretty impressive, right? It looked fantastic. Mm-hmm. It does not look like the engine it originally was when it was CryEngine and then Lumberyard. It is very much StarEngine now, and the improvements they've brought there. Is it worth the wait? Probably, but I didn't want to wait. And I think one of the disappointments I had was that there was no Squadron 42 release date. The announcement was, it's feature complete, it's cool, thank you so much. Which is awesome. It's great that it's feature complete, but I want it in our hands. I don't want to wait another 2 years for it. What do you think? Are you happy to wait now, or are you 2 years too long?
I think it's not going to be much longer now, but I literally think it's a case of they don't want to give a release date just in case they can't hit it.
Yes, and I think that was one of the other things. They want to really, really polish it and then make sure everything is as good as it can be, like genuinely. But they also probably want to wait for the right time, and there's marketing considerations as well now. So they might have gone, can we get a release date? And the marketing team go, we haven't decided on a release date. Although, I mean, that's a bit of a cop-out.
I'd also recommend people go off and watch the CitizenCon 2018 Squadron 42 footage. Yeah. And just compare it to how it looks now.
Are you talking about the vertical slice?
I don't know if it's a vertical slice. It might have just been whatever they had in a panel or something, but I watched it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no worries. Because the vertical slice was done at Christmas around at the same time. I can't remember.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure this was CitizenCon, and they were sort of showing the tech, like the face tech and all that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Just comparing that with what we've got now.
which shows a huge emotional range. I mean, you could see a character was actually upset and crying, maybe slightly overly tearful, but it was pretty cool. I mean, it was pretty good. And I'm very excited to insert my character within that game, because that's what it looked like you were doing. Like, your character was reading out stuff and actually has a presence, which is cool, because lots of games have silent protagonists. They Gordon Freeman. Something else that was pretty amazing, Zin, the other sort of wow thing, other than those sort of Squadron 42 trailers and things and that announcement, was the StarEngine demo. Mm-hmm. This sort of headlined and started the whole CitizenCon off, and they went, what is Star Citizen looking like in the dev branch now? If we go, how pretty and how cool is it? That made me go, wow, this engine's awesome, and it's certainly not dated. This is also the first time I've seen StarEngine TM. They've trademarked StarEngine, which is, I thought, an interesting thing, because it means maybe they will be licensing that out to other games in the future or something like that.
Yes.
Why do you laugh like that? What's that laugh for?
Maybe they can license out to Bethesda.
Oh, wow. Oh, or maybe they can license out to Crytek. Lol, lol, lol.
But I mean, if you've put that much effort into an engine to do specifically what you want it to do, why not then license it out if you can?
Yeah, 100%. Totally agree with you. And I think there's a lot of cool stuff that they've done with that. But the engine tech demo just made everything look beautiful, everything look pretty, showed a load of effects like moving foliage and wind and water displacement and breakability of ships. But Zin, I want my space cows. They showed animals. They showed star whales flying around or floating around on Crusader. What was your favourite parts of that StarEngine stuff?
To be fair, like just the impressiveness of whoever created that.
Okay.
Like, honestly. It
was the longest spline in any game ever, about over 1 billion kilometres of like a single camera movement or something.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive or mad. I can't even conceptualise that. And I love the fact they showed pyro off. They showed the new jump points. They showed some cool effects for quantum and jump points. All of that coming together and potentially being in our hands within the next 12 months does excite me. Do you think that's something they can hit, those features coming in the next 12 months?
I hope so.
Okay, so you think it's possible, because normally you'd go, no.
Yeah.
You didn't think so.
Well, like I said, it's a lot of this stuff that is ready in Squadron 42, and it's just a case of fitting it into the persistent universe.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah. Talking about fitting it into the persistent universe, something I don't actually have written down in our notes, server meshing was actually shown in a closed environment, but actually working. Were you impressed with that? Or you're like, it's a cool tech demo, but it means nothing until it's actually in our hands?
I'd say it means nothing until it's actually in my hands.
But it caused so many people to cry, Zin.
It did. I'm not too sure about how it works, even though they explained it to us. But DC, my partner, says apparently this is essentially the way WoW does it and EVE does it. So it's nothing amazing.
They don't do it seamlessly, though, Zin. They don't do it without loading screens. Your partner, DC, I think he might be a troll.
I don't think EVE has loading screens, does it?
I mean, it effectively loads in every time you go through to a different system. He
also doubts that it will be able to handle massive fleet battles.
So that's what dynamic server meshing's for. The current system, yes, he's right. So static server meshing is not suitable for massive fleet battles, but dynamic server meshing would be.
Because obviously, as we know, in EVE, when they have massive fleet battles, you get affected by time dilation.
Yes,
because
so that's
otherwise
an interesting way of doing it.
It can't deal with it.
Also, I don't believe EVE does do it in the same way. I think your partner DC, and this is very rare, I think he's wrong.
I'm going to tell him you said that.
Yeah, because he does manage my emails and various other things, so I don't want to annoy him too much. Right, let's move on. Base building. They talked about base building. They showed off an example of base building, which was very cool, but not real. It was very much faked. Is base building something you're interested in, Zin? Do you want to live planet side? Do you want to just farm and cook?
I mean, I'd love to be hired, as it were, and work on somebody's base. You know, do farming, cooking and stuff.
Okay.
I don't want to be defense. I don't want to build my own base and worry about keeping it safe.
So Zin literally has PTSD from playing Rust with me.
And it's not because I was playing with you.
But it is that you have to wake up in the morning and worry if your base has been destroyed. Oh, I love Rust. It does cause anxiety. Okay, no, I'm very pro lots of things to be able to do on planet surfaces and potentially never leaving planets, and the farming and base building and crafting and all that sort of stuff does sound really cool. And I like the idea of cooking even as a potential thing.
I can't remember if I heard it correctly or not, but did he say you could also possibly build ships?
Yes, he did.
If you had the resources.
So there's going to be fabricators, and you'll be able to fabricate ships. And furniture to ships was the range. So quite a range there. But to actually build a base, you can do it at quite a small scale with just survey tools, just running around on foot. And then you're going to be able to do it in some sort of building vehicle. You're going to be able to do it in the Galaxy at a larger scale. And then you're going to be able to do it with the Pioneer at a larger scale. The largest scale at the moment. I thought it was pretty cool. And you're going to be able to use these bases for loads of different things. Sort of resource extraction or base of operations or whatever, and you can choose whether you want to put it in high security space, which is basically invulnerable as long as you pay your taxes, low security, which has protection and is a sort of medium risk, medium reward, or no security, which is, well, you don't need a land claim and you're not going to get any defense other than the defense that you build, but potentially you've got very high amount of money that you can make because you don't have to pay sort of taxes and stuff.
Resource-rich land that nobody's really claimed.
Yeah.
But they might come and get it off you.
Oh, yeah. They might detect your base because it's going to, if you're mining or whatever, you're going to have a signature, right? And I just love that idea for how fleet battles work and org battles work in Pyro and things are going to be, you want to displace the enemy org by finding their base and destroying it so they can't build ships, they can't build munitions, they can't build fuel. And then once you've done that, then the sort of battle of attrition is in your favour. But yeah, bases, cool. Really excited to potentially see them in our hands within the next 12 months. They're starting production on this Q1 of next year. I think bases might be a bit delayed, but...
Yeah, I think they're a bit far off.
Yeah, but they did suggest within 12 months, so we'll see. Something that is going to be in our hands very soon, Sin. Pyro Playground.
Indeed.
So we had alluded to potentially a Pyro build being available by the end of the year, and maybe even being available as an experimental build before. And this is exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be available in the preview build, which is very similar to the PTU, but it sort of mirrors live more. And from the 31st of October, some people are going to have access to it, and those some people will be from people that are active testers, people that are concierge, and people that bought the digital goodies pack. I think there's a lottery of some sorts effectively with that. Now, I'm not a fan of CIG gating it like that. However, don't worry if you don't get into the first wave. It'll go out to more waves pretty soon after, and you're not going to be missing much because it's going to be very buggy. It's effectively an Evocati build at the start, and once there's better stability, they'll invite it to more waves. And it won't be too long. Do you think I'm fair saying that?
Yeah, I mean, I would even say that maybe within a month, so by the end of November, most people will have access to it.
That is what I'm thinking as well. Potentially even quicker, but yes, that's exactly what I'm feeling. So the Pyro build looks like you spawn in Pyro on Checkmate Station, and there's a variety of things to do in the Pyro system that they sort of got in there, but it doesn't have jump points in, as far as I'm aware. I don't know if it's going to be running the replication layer at the same time. It very well may.
It sounded like they had there's like missions you can run as well, like Pyro specific missions
and events that happen and things. So very much looking forward to getting on that and having that experience. I know there's a lot of stuff that they suggested you do to the participants at CitizenCon. They were like, do this mission, or go to this hangar, and there's a cool scene that happens and things like that. So really looking forward to that. Are you upset the way it's gated at all, or as you said, you don't care because it's going to be in everyone's hands? I'm
not too fussed. As long as I get to be have the opportunity to play it at some point, I'm not too fussed.
Well, hopefully CIG will give us access, but I'm not sure how they're doing it with content creators. Should we be in a lottery system as well, or should we be just allowed in? I think a lot of people would argue that we shouldn't be, and I want to be. So I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. See what CIG do. Please give us access, please. I'll buy a digital goodies pack if I get access. No, I won't. I'm not buying that digital goodies pack. Jeez. It's the first time I haven't bought one. Too expensive. $35. Bleh. Plus VAT. Oh, no. Not for me, thanks. Star map's in. I hate the star map. It's hellish. Oh, wait. There's a new one. What did you think of the new star map, mini-map, all that sort of jazz combined? So
the new star, obviously it's completely contiguous, joined from...
Unified
from from your literal map where you are out into the universe. Technically solar system. But maybe once we get more solar systems, it will be even bigger.
Yeah, so it will reel out and you'll see the whole arc star map, as it were.
Yeah.
And you'll see the different systems. I almost certainly will. I loved the fact that the new star map just went, you know what? The old one is terrible. Let's just make it with all this quality of life fixes and make it very sensible and easy to use. Great. And actually having maps of their ships, maps of the general area that we're in, minimap being displayed.
Minimap is the best thing ever.
Yes, it is.
No more, oh, this is how you get to this location. Just put it in on your minimap and you'll get a line to where you want to go.
You can drop custom waypoints as well and have that navigation line as well.
Yeah, it'll pathfind for you.
Pathfind, there's got some good AI behind it apparently, or some form of AI. Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that there was maps of ships that you could download and share. The fact that I can go, beep, 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 this is where some interesting resources are. I want to sell these locations. Bam, sell them. And that sort of stuff. Yeah, we needed mini-map stuff, and we needed star map stuff for so long. When 3.0 came out, should have had this. Genuinely. Many moons ago. But at least we're getting it now. I can't. My notes say Zeus and Scott, but I know it says Zeus and Scout. So, some ships were announced. The Zeus Mark II, actually pretty strong ships in between Constellation and Cutlass area. I think it's closer to Constellation. There's an MR Zeus, which is the bounty hunter version, which just has a load of stuff going on with it, with an EMP and quantum dampener, some loads of turrets and weapons and armory, some prisoner pods. It had a load of stuff. You've got the CL, which is a cargo variant, 128 SCU of cargo on it, and then you've got the ES, which has got 4 size 2 shields, which makes it incredibly tanky, and just sort of great for multi-role sort of stuff. Cool ship. What do you think of the Zeus? Do you like the look of it? It's not for you?
No, I like the look of it. I kind of like the whole... I mean, I kind of do and I kind of don't, but I kind of like the whole releasing ships now with variations.
So the actual variants of hull, there's a nice range of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, me too. More is better, and seeing a better range of what the ship's sort of capable of helps with that. Because
you might look at the ship and go, oh, I really like the look of that ship, but it doesn't really do what I want, so yeah. I'm not going to get it.
Same with me with the A1 at the moment. I love the Spirit series, but I'm only really interested in the C1.
Yeah.
Because I want that multi-role to sort of potentially replace my Cutlass Black. Zin was saying this to me earlier. Did they actually release any ships at CitizenCon this year? And they released the Scott. They released the Drake Cutter Scout. So this is just a better cutter, in my opinion. It loses 2 SCU, but it gains better radar, better scanner, and a load of larger components, and is the same price.
What I thought was great was that when they were talking about it, and they said, oh, well, because we had to move this stuff to make everything fit, we had to reduce the habitat, well, not habitation, but the little sleeping
the
section.
Living module, yeah.
But we just rotated this and it's still fit. And then I'm like, well, can't you do that to the other one then?
No, Zin.
Can't you just rotate it in the other one and give us more space for cargo?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. I'd like more space for cargo in the other one, and that might make it more viable again. If you want a Drake Cutter, for any reason, I would suggest looking at the Scout as your main one. The Scott, indeed. The Drake Cutter Scott. We are almost certainly going to see the expedition around the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Not much of a leak. It's in someone's art station from CIG. You can see the Scout and the expedition variants. Probably going to get another Zeus variant at the IAE as well. The racing version was on the website very briefly before CIG took it down. You should see the Zeus in your hands within the next 12 months, and the Scott is now available in-game immediately. I'm talking about stuff that's going to be available in-game soon or immediately or whatever. Zin? 3.22.
Yeah.
That's sort of been confirmed as the end of Q4 patch, or at least there's a Q4 patch, and they've talked about 3.22 now a few times. There is a few things that are going to be immediately available, that are going to be available in that patch.
Mm-hmm.
I think freight elevators, which are great. They allow you to spawn your vehicles. They allow you to manage cargo in a cool new way. And I also think the experimental engineering gameplay stuff, because it's not hugely fleshed out engineering gameplay, but it does allow you to repair your systems and the circuitry of ships. Did you like the engineering gameplay stuff?
Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah, I suppose you want to do medical rescue and engineering as a thing. Yeah, me too. I'm hoping it's in 3.22 as an experimental gameplay mode.
I mean, again, it makes sense. If it's ready for testing, it makes sense to give it to us as soon as possible so we can do as much testing as possible.
And things like the preview modes, things like the experimental modes in Arena Commander, they allow for this to be deployed much more easily without CIG getting headaches. Talking about headaches, heads and hairstyles, Sin. What do you think of these new hairstyles that are coming in 3.22?
Still not got long enough hair for my liking, but it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, they are adding a load more hairstyles beyond this, but they've got a load of new heads and a load of new hairstyles available in 3.22, and the future customizer stuff looks awesome. There's a load of FPS weapon improvements and force reaction stuff that they're working on for 3.22 as well. I really liked the way that they try to improve the weapons and give more real estate for looking down sights.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just looks cool. I like FPS in games, and I like it to feel like I'm a badass. I like FPS to feel like I'm playing Titanfall or a Source game.
Yeah.
Because I learned in Source and Half-Life 2 and stuff like that. There's new Stanton settlements, so the forest settlements you've seen in Microtech, the farms, load of them all across Stanton.
Wasn't there one that kind of looked like an oil rig almost?
It was
on the water, but it was all on stilts.
It was like it was in Rust. Hurston, I believe that's on. So they've basically got an old oil rig or something, I believe is on Hurston, is one of the settlements that we will see in 3.22 as well. I'm really excited to see them. I love new points of interest locations, as long as they got gameplay associated with them. Great. Sign me up. They've also got the Duster faction as well. That's going to be finished for that. So they'll going to live in some of these settlements or be available to fight at missions and things. Yeah? Is there anything else you wanted to talk about, Sin, from CitizenCon? I think we covered most of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there was some stuff that I was talking to you about yesterday, but I've forgotten about it.
I mean, I liked fire and damage control stuff, sort of all part of the engineering gameplay. I thought it was pretty cool. And I liked the ships breaking. I suppose that was pretty cool as well. So there's forces that can be applied to ships and terrain can all be destroyed. I say terrain, some terrain can be destroyed, some old buildings and things. And people were asking me, is this like, you've got a ruined settlement and you blow parts of it off, will it be like that permanently now? Or will it be repaired somehow? I suppose it will be like that permanently, right? It will persist, do you think?
I suppose, yeah.
Did you like the ball test on the cloth?
That was just far too funny.
Yeah, it's they had a football and cloth, and their new cloth tech looks amazing. Ray tracing and Vulcan stuff looks amazing. Very, very pretty. But yeah, a very cool CitizenCon, the best yet by far. They knocked it out of the park. As I said, would have liked to have seen a Squadron 42 release date, but feature complete is still good. And would have liked to seen Dynamic Universe simulation stuff and Tony Z, and we didn't see that. And I would like to have seen bounty hunting stuff, and I didn't see that. But anything else you wanted to see, Zin?
No.
Perfect. She saw everything she wanted.
I'm not sure there was anything I really wanted to see.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fair. I mean, you get what you're given with CitizenCon, and I think they did a good one this time. But I'm interested to know what you guys think. What was your favourite thing about CitizenCon? Are you excited for anything? Did you think anything was missing from CitizenCon? Did you desperately want a Squadron 42 release date and you've been disappointed by that? Do you think we're going to see Squadron 42 in our hands within the next 12 months? Do you think we're going to see all of that stuff they talked about, or most of it, within the next 12 months? And if so, what or not, as it were? Yeah, tell us what you think about CitizenCon in the comments below. Say goodbye, Zin.
Goodbye, Zin.
Hope you had a great CitizenCon. We'll be covering this for the next couple of weeks, and yeah, talk to you soon. Do you like using your eye holes for extra immersion in Star Citizen and help aim and do some cool stuff? Well, you can with Tobii Eye Tracker 5, which is on sale at the moment. This gives you native high-precision head and eye tracking in Star Citizen. Very cool for general immersion, for combat both in ship or on foot. They are absolutely fantastic pieces of kit, and both Zin and I have one. Use the links below to grab one for 15% off or to find out more. What the hell are you? It's nordvpn.com/BoredGamer, enabling you to minimize your presence on the internet, almost like a cloaking device. It also allows you to hunt out the best TV and movies and shopping deals by changing your region. It prevents big internet from gathering and using your personal data. There's even a data breach scanner and meshnet for your own remote private network included. When Zin asked, what's the Predator movie got to do with NordVPN or CitizenCon or Star Citizen, I said, what's any of our NordVPN ads got to do with anything? Grab yourself NordVPN in the links below for a seamless, secure internet experience. Every month we have a Star Citizen ship giveaway. For October 2023, we are giving away a Constellation Phoenix. This luxury multi-crew ship can be used as a mission runner, an explorer, a base of operations, and more. It comes with a luxury P-72 Archimedes snub, as well as the Lynx rover, allowing you to have on and off planet excursions. Just comment on any of my videos made during the month to be in for a chance of winning that. This is the bit of the video where I appeal to you to try and join the channel memberships and give us money. We have a load of you that are Patreons or have become YouTube channel members with the join button under my videos, and that goes a huge way in helping the channel and enabling us to make daily Star Citizen news entertainment. But there are a load of other ways to help us: liking, commenting, sharing these videos. That helps the channel grow. Thank you for watching to the end. Please get involved in the comments section, and I hope you have a great October.